Hello, this is Megha Pandre, and today we will start with a new poem called On the Grasshopper and Cricket. From the images itself, you can make out here is the grasshopper and the cricket. Unlike the poem of the ant and the cricket, which we had done earlier, while it was a story of in the poem with a inherent message. But this is a nature's poem. In this poem, the grasshopper and cricket do not appear as characters in a story, rather, they are presented as a symbol of different seasons. And each one has its own characteristics through which both make nature beautiful in their own way. We'll read and notice how the poetry of earth keeps going on through summer and winter in a never ending song. The poet symbolized the grasshopper as hot summer and cricket as a cold winter. So, here we will continue with the reading and the explanation part. But before we'll continue with we'll talk about John Keats. Now, John Keats was born in London on 31st of October 1795. Although he died at the age of 25, Keats had perhaps the most remarkable career of any English poet. So here we will continue the reading part and the explanation line by line. The poetry of earth is never dead. The song of nature keeps on playing with the changing season, where we see and experience different seasons on earth. Through this line, the poet signifies that nature is a beautiful during all seasons, including hot summer or whether it is cold winter. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun. Now, during the summer season when the climate of the earth is hot and the birds are tired due to the heat and they take rest under the shady branches of trees and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run. And during this hot summer, what do they do? Thus, even though the birds are tired and taking rest and are not singing, but nature still continues as we can still hear the voice of the grasshopper. From hedge to hedge about the new mown mead. Now, hedge, what is hedge? This is called hedge. Mown means trimmed. Underline the word mown means trimmed plant. So here the plants are called mown and hedge. These are called the hedges. Okay. Now, due to heat, all are tired due to the extreme heat and they rest under the shady branches of the trees. But even they are still singing. But still, the nature song continues. The nature song continues in the form of the grasshopper who runs from hedge to hedge and he keeps singing for a long time. That is the grasshoppers, he takes the lead. And here, this is the grasshopper. But even if they don't sing, the song of nature continues. Who? The bird. We can still hear the voice of the grasshopper who took the lead. Here, the birds have stopped singing, and who took the lead? The grasshopper. The grasshopper carries on the duty of singing the everlasting song of nature. In summer luxury, he has never done. Now, a grasshopper carries on the duty of singing the everlasting song of nature. During the summers, he is a fun loving and cheerful creature and never cease to enjoy and have fun. With his delights for when tired out with fun. So, what does he do? He keeps singing tirelessly, and when he eventually gets tired, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weeds. And here, what did he do? Underline the word ease means relief, and weed called wild plants. So he take rest beneath some wild plants when he is tired. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. So here, ceasing means coming to an end. The poetry or the song of nature keeps on playing and never comes to a standstill. During the whole winter season, also, the birds are silent. There is a silence due to the freezing winter days. But the poetry of earth never comes to a standstill. The song of the cricket can be heard, which breaks this silence. On a lone winter evening, when the frost, underline the word frost, that is called ice, has wrought, underline the word wrought. Wrought means shaped by hammer or by beating. Shrills has wrought of silence from the stones their shrills. Underline the word shrills. Shrills means make a shrill noise. Now, here we have reached from summers directly to winters, cold winters. Now, during the cold winter season, also the birds are silent. There is a silence due to the freezing winter days, but the poetry of earth never comes to a standstill. The song of a cricket can be heard, which breaks this silence. So, here, on a lone winter evening, when the frost, now in a lonely evening when the earth is covered with ice, has brought the silence from the stone their shrills. The song of a cricket can be heard, which breaks this silence he sings from the stones. The cricket song in warmth increasing ever. Warmth means moderate heat. When the cricket song, his song appeared to be increasing the warmth in the atmosphere and seems to one in drowsiness half lost. Underline the word drowsiness. Drowsiness means feeling abnormally sleeping. People are able to hear it sitting in their houses. However, the poet says that to a person who is half asleep, it may appear to be a grasshopper song coming from the grassy hills. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills. Now, here, to a person, if a person is half asleep, it may appear to be a grasshopper song coming from the grassy hills because he might be thinking that the song is coming from the grasshopper, but actually it is coming from the cricket in the freezing cold. So here, thus we can say that the grasshopper and cricket, two tiny insects, perform a big responsibility. They carry on with the task of performing with nature's constant and eternal music, irrespective of the severe changes that occur due to the changing in the atmosphere. And the conclusion part of this poem is the conclusion that we can derive from the poem is just as nature never stops being beautiful all the time, irrespective of the changes in weather due to the alteration in seasons. Similarly, we should always be delightful in our life and be cheerful in all the situation, irrespective of the fact that we are in adverse circumstances or conducive environment. So, the poem teaches us that we should always be joyful and pleasant no matter what situation prevails in our life. With this attitude, we can easily overcome all the obstacles in our life. So, here I end up with this part of this video with this poem on the grasshopper and the cricket. Till then, goodbye.